Welcome to the Green Existing Schools web training series hosted by the Center for Green Schools. This module will help you to begin planning a materials and sustainable purchasing policy for your school or school district. Consider that in America, we generate about 1 ton of waste per person each year, which is equivalent to the weight of an average classroom of 20 12-year-olds. The good news is, though, that we can reduce this waste by ensuring the materials we purchase to build, furnish, and operate our schools are as sustainable as possible. A materials and sustainable purchasing policy outlines the environmentally friendly materials and products that are approved for school use and includes a matrix to make the process of evaluating products flexible and practical. A protocol for tracking purchases and addressing material choices for facility additions and alteration projects should also be included. Before you begin to develop your policy, first assemble a working group that includes procurement specialists, facilities management, cafeteria personnel, custodial staff, administration, and faculty. The working group should begin by assessing existing purchasing policies and practices to set priorities and identify key areas. See the Materials and Sustainable Purchasing Companion Guide for a complete list of assessment questions. Next, analyze your purchasing data and research industry best practices on this topic. Then establish the goals of the policy and determine the related sustainable purchasing practices which you will pilot. The 4 components that should be included in a materials and sustainable purchasing policy include the following: criteria and matrix to guide sustainable purchasing, protocols for the use of salvaged materials, plans to reduce hazardous materials, and a process to track sustainable purchasing. Next, we'll review a few ways a school can address each of these components. The policy should definitely include a criteria to address the purchasing and disposal of ongoing consumables, as well as durable goods and facility alterations and additions. The working group should review and prioritize which criteria is most important when purchasing materials that are sustainable. 4 common criteria to evaluate whether products are or not sustainable are the following. 1, does it have recycled content? 2, is it made of a rapidly renewable material? 3, is it a regional material? 4, does it biodegrade or compost? And 5, if it's a wood product, is it certified as sustainable through a third party such as FSC? Other third-party environmental labels exist for environmentally preferable products, such as Green Seal or Eco Logo. A healthy school is one that has less toxic materials on site, so the policy should also address how to reduce the amount of mercury on campus through the purchase of non-mercury containing light bulbs and lamps. In addition, the policy can also require all adhesives and sealants, paints and coatings, carpet, hard surface flooring, and furniture to be healthy and low VOC. Once sustainability criteria is defined for your policy, create a matrix or guidebook for staff that addresses each product type. You can find best practice suggestions in the companion guide. After you have determined the goals and established the related policies, the key step is to create a training schedule for your core working group and anyone who might be using the new products. Don't forget about the building occupants, though. Your training plan should also educate teachers and school administrative staff about the new criteria, especially anyone responsible for buying supplies. Include a process to track purchases to make sure the school is accomplishing its goals. The companion guide provides sustainable purchasing Excel file spreadsheets for your use. Because there are so many components to this policy, it may be preferable to start with 1 product type or with 1 pilot facility. Include a plan to evaluate the program and a process to address elements that need improvement after the pilot phase. After the pilot has been implemented and evaluated, with subsequent modifications made, create a district-wide plan with a schedule to adopt it across all facilities. When broadly implementing your sustainable purchasing policy, solicit feedback from those affected by the new practices, track purchasing data, and develop a process to measure the policy's effectiveness. Now that you have an outline to help you develop a sustainable purchasing policy, the next step is to gather more in-depth information. You might also seek support from colleagues who have implemented similar programs in their schools or districts. For additional guidance, you can refer to the Materials and Sustainable Purchasing Policy Companion Guide that provides more details on the content covered in this training, as well as includes references to useful websites and publications. Please see centerforgreenschools.org/resources for more publications on green school topics. The Center for Green Schools at USGBC has assembled a network to help answer any questions you might have while acting on the information you've learned today. Please send questions to the email address shown here, and we will try to connect you to peers that can assist you in finding the answers. Thank you for listening today, and best of luck with your Green School initiative.